Today we're in the Yorkshire Dales, a place called Buckden, which is just down below. There's plenty of car parking in Buckden. It's £4.20 all day. Just behind us we've got toilets and that. We head forward through the gate in front and then turn right. We've gone through the gate. We'll just give you a quick look. Just slightly misty today. It's the 5th of June. We're going to walk up to Buckden Pike and make it around. So we turn right out of the car park. You'll see a signpost that says path leading to Buckden lead mine and Starbottom. Walk uphill slightly, crossing over a stile, and you'll come to a stream. That's looking to our left. The building on your left hand side is the Buckden Water Treatment Works. Turn right, cross over the stream, walk up the other side, and then we turn right, uphill, following the track. As you make your way up the other side, we take a quick look at the waterfall in between the two trees. So we're heading forward now, following the wall, and that's looking down below to our right. Beautiful place, Buckden. We keep going. We're still making our way uphill on the track. As you can see, there's plenty of blossom about. 5th of June. You're walking with a taxi driver today, uphill. While we've got a bit of brightness from the sun, let's just take a quick look back. You can see the path there that we're coming up on. Buckden's just below, and you can see all the carpet of yellow buttercups. We turn round and keep going. We're still making our way uphill. That's looking to the right hand side. This is pretty steep, this bit. Down below we've got cyclists on the road because this is the route of the Tour de France. We've slowly overtaken them all the way from Ripon, and they're not long behind us getting here. We'll keep going. We're still heading forward uphill. You can see the post stuck up in the gap in the wall. As you keep walking forward, you'll come to a wall. The road starts bearing off left now. We've got a footpath sign in front of us. We just keep bearing off left, more or less back on ourselves, following the wall, uphill. As you make your way uphill, you'll come to a post that says Buckden Lead Mill. We keep heading left. Just before we head forward, we look back and we can see the sun's out on the hills just above Kettlewell. We just keep heading forwards. We're going towards the lead mines now. As we head forward, we look to our left-hand side and we can see Hubber Home in the far distance. We look to our left again, over the river wharf. We can see there's mist on top of the hills. I think we'll soon be running into it ourselves. Just keep following the track. You'll come to a gate. We go straight through. You'll walk past a waymarked post and head towards the wall corner in the distance. At the wall corner we cross over the stile, walk forward following the wall. In the distance you can see the spoil heap from the quarry. That's where we're heading. We're slowly making our way downhill now towards the lead mines in the distance. We're just under the cloud here, so it's slightly misty. We keep going. That's just looking to our left. Well, we're just approaching the lead mines now. Well, here we are at the lead mine. The mine shafts of Buckden Gavel twist and climb to follow narrow mineral veins. It was first mined in 1697. The ore was smelted at Buckden High Smelt Mill until 1706, when Buckden Low Mill took over. Well, we stood on the top of the spoil heaps that I showed you. Down below it looks like we've an old mill or something at the side of the stream. And if we take the zoom off, in the distance, down below, you can see Buckden. We've had a look at the lead mines. We're going to walk on the path just above where them people are. Into the mist, up to Buckden Pike. As you can see, that's a pretty steep climb above the lead mines, and we've got a few people there having a rest. So we're just above the old mine now, heading up into the mist. That was the mist in front of us, and that's looking down through the mist to the sunshine below. Well, as you can see, the mist's come in pretty good now as we head up, but we know if we keep heading forward, we'll come to a wall. We'll be back to you when we do. Another 100 yards and we've made it to the wall. We just keep bearing off slightly right now. So as we head uphill another 150 yards, at the corner, we start bearing off away from the wall towards Buckden Gavel. As you can see, the conditions are pretty rough up here now with the wind and the fog. We're walking uphill, following the path. The wall's about 100 yards on our left-hand side. The fog's going very thick now. We can just make the path out. We don't think we're far from the top. As you can see, we haven't got much vision, but we'll keep going. We're looking for a wall at the top. Can't be far off now. As you make your way uphill, even in the fog, you'll see the wall on your left-hand side getting closer. We keep going. Just keep following the wall till you get to the corner. We're turning right now towards the memorial with the wall on our left-hand side, walking on the paving. Just keep walking till you come to the wall corner, over the stile. If you make your way up Buckden Pike, make your way to the memorial. This is the crash site of a Wellington bomber that came down in January 1942. There was one survivor. 5 Polish RAF men were killed. The weather's a bit bad up here, so we'll tell you a bit more as we make our way down. So we head back over the stile. We're making our way towards Buckden Pike now. We follow the wall on our right-hand side back to the corner of the field and then cross over the stile in front of us. We just keep heading forward with the wall on our right-hand side, following the path past the marker on either side. We should say that the markers to our left are the top, and we just keep heading forward. It's the best we can do in the mist. If you just look behind you through the mist, you'll see a sign that says National Trust, Buckden Pike, welcome. We can't really show you a lot because of the mist, but just keep heading downhill with the wall on your right hand side, and hopefully we should drop out the bottom of it soon. We're still following the wall downhill. We can see a bit further now. As you make your way downhill, for a short section the path levels out. On your right hand side you've got a sign saying Public Bridleway, and then we drop downhill a bit more, then the path bears off slightly left. We're dropping down out the mist now. We can see sunshine in the distance. As we've dropped down out the wind in the mist, we've seen some rocks on our right hand side. Looks like a good spot for a cup of tea. Well, we've had our cup of tea. It's hard to believe within 100 feet how different the weather is. But there you are. As we go through the gate, heading downhill, that's a look to our left-hand side, and that's a look to our right. It's still pretty windy up here though. We just keep heading forward, downhill, and again. Down below us we've got Cray, We're looking back up the valley. Still a bit windy, but you know, we can't do much about that in the Dales. Well, we'll keep going forward now. The path just keeps bearing off left, back towards Buckden. But just before we go any further, they're the fields just above Cray, covered in buttercups. Just a bit cloudy again, sun keeps coming in and going out. We keep going. We make our way through a gate. You can see the path on our left-hand side. Just to our right-hand side, you've got Hubberholme. We walk forward till we see the sign in front of us. To our right, we've got Cray High Bridge. Let's give you a shot. That's looking up the valley towards Cray and the road. But we turn left through the gate, following the sheep. So we're following the wall downhill now. Well, we've just passed through a gate, slowly making our way downhill, hoping to beat the rain clouds. At the end of the wall, we look to our right-hand side and the river below. We're not far off the car park now. We just keep heading forward. Downhill, just down below us, you've got the car park. We hope you've enjoyed our walk at Buckden and up to Buckden Pike. You've been walking with the taxi driver today. I'd just like to add one last thing. We struggled today to do this walk in the mist and the wind, but not half as much as Joseph Fuzenak, the sole survivor of the air crash. Joe was a rear gunner. Somehow he survived as the rear gunner's turret snapped away from the fuselage. Joe had a badly broken ankle. He found that 4 of his mates had been killed instantly. The only person Joe found alive was the wireless operator, Sergeant Jan Sadowski, but he'd been seriously injured. The radio was out of action. Joe wrapped his friend in a parachute to keep him warm. Realising they would not survive, Joe decided to go for help with his badly injured leg. Joe slid and crawled his way down, struggling for hours on the treacherous slopes and over stone walls partly submerged in deep snowdrifts. Eventually coming to a wall and shouting for help. He had reached the road near the stream of the village of Cray, near the White Lion Inn. The landlord's daughter, Nanny Parker, had spotted him and thought he was a shepherd. She rushed to tell her father, William. Joe's ordeal was nearly over as he was dragged to the warmth and safety of the public house. They thought he was a German pilot. Eventually, he managed to convince them that he was an RAF airman, and his injured companion lay in the shattered Wellington, urgently awaiting help. The snowdrifts were so severe that a search party could not be launched until the next day. Sadly, when the aircraft was found, it was too late. His last crewmate had died. In May 1942, in recognition of his bravery, Sergeant Joseph Fuzenak was awarded the British Empire Medal by King George VI and decorated by Chief Air Marshal Bomber Harris. In July 1942, Joe was blasted out of his turret on a bombing mission over Germany and held as a prisoner of war. He lived on to tell his tale today, but that's another story.